Hello everyone, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Crystal.
And this is Garbage Horror Haunt Review 2018 for Basement of the Dead Crystals in Pink.
I know!
That's because, unfortunately, the real Basement of the Dead shirt's in that aforementioned package, which is traveling across the country right now. And so this one's a gift for someone who appreciates Pink far more than us.
Yeah.
That's the crux of it. But
Yeah.
anyways, Basement of the Dead, Aurora, Illinois. Tickets, $28 general admission, $45 for VIP. And depending upon your time, VIP may be something you want to consider.
Yeah.
Now,
The line was long.
long. Like, it actually snaked around into a building next door and did all kinds of things. But I've got to say, Basement of the Dead does, and this was the first thing we noticed about this haunt, was they do amazing things with their queue line.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. They have stilt walkers, they have people throwing freebies at people, the zombie clown stripper person thingy.
Yeah.
They had all this amazing stuff, and they were working the entirety of the line. They had a DJ spinning tunes. The crowd was amped and pumped. I've never been standing in a VIP line kind of wishing I'd been in the other line.
Yeah.
That happened there. That's how much that crowd was amped and excited for it.
Right. And it was really cool. There were stilt walkers. There were giant puppet guys.
Yeah, there was all kinds of
and
stuff.
all the stuff he mentioned too.
Yeah. It was incredible. I mean, there was just a lot of stuff there. They did an amazing job keeping the crowd's energy high, keeping them engaged. All in all, it was great to watch them. We didn't get a lot of time.
No.
Because, like I said, we were on the Lost Souls Haunted Bus Tour. We got that better than VIP access. We only got to see some of it. But, yeah, it looked incredible. They were doing a great job with the crowd outside, which is what makes it interesting that I don't remember much about the haunt.
Yeah.
I remember it being a good haunt, a very claustrophobic haunt. Basement of the Dead, duh. Of course, it's going to be claustrophobic. It was very well decorated and well designed. Once again, as with the other haunts we went to in Chicago, actors were doing their job. They were on point.
One thing that they did that I really liked was that they had people in costumes that didn't look like people.
Yeah.
Like, they looked like static props that were just banging methodically on 10 drums, and then they'd lurch at you.
Yeah.
And I liked that.
And that was something that worked out really well in that haunt because it was far, far darker. Like both, remember, the two haunts we'd done before this were Statesville and Hell's Gate. Both of which, even though neither of them are no haunted attractions, what I would call bright. It's not like you're walking in, you know. But
it's not like this.
But they were definitely brighter haunts than Basement of the Dead, which focused on being very, very, very dark in places.
Right.
And the result of that was they were able to pull off those kinds of scares very, very easily. It wasn't, like I said, it wasn't a bad haunt. It's just every time I think about it, I think of the queue line.
Yeah, I think about how excited I was.
And how amped everyone was.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it was a letdown, because I don't think it was, but they did so awesome with the queue line. I don't think anything inside could have lived up.
No.
I think that they might have overdone it almost. Now, they had two attractions there, and the other one was the 3D clown attraction, whose name I already cannot remember, unfortunately, and I forgot to look it up. But what I liked about that was you got both the glasses and a handheld black light flashlight.
Right. Yeah. So that was cool.
And that actually worked really, really well. Because, like, a lot of times you go to these 3D attractions, and they're kind of like very bizarre art galleries.
Yeah.
And that you go around, there's 3D paintings, there's a black light hanging over, you go, ooh, ah, and then you move on to the next thing.
Right.
Maybe someone scares you, maybe someone doesn't, whatever. This actually made you an active participant in it.
Yeah.
And you can do like what Crystal did and just basically walk around and having a techno rave with the flashlight.
It was, because they had good bounce type music going on. So
or you could be like me and methodically going through like fucking Sherlock Holmes, like investigating stuff. And then one thing I really liked was they had all these prop heads that look like just like prop heads, but when you hit the light with them, they painted these really interesting patterns on them.
Yeah.
And it made them pop and glow so great. So it was a very, very cool attraction.
Right.
Like I said, I'm not usually very fond of these 3D funhouse type things, but this one actually, I think the added element of the flashlight really changed it, because I think that may have been my problem, was that too many of these were very passive experiences.
Yeah.
And when I think of haunted attractions, I do not think of passive experiences.
No.
And this made it a much more active experience. Just that simple little thing of, instead of, hey, we got the black light pre-hung, you're just going to go in and look at stuff and ooh and ah and tell us how pretty it is.
Yeah.
This is, you are going to determine what is lit and what is not.
And how much you see. And because if you got closer, the effects were a little bit better and step back. And, there were actors in there, too, to do scares.
And I feel bad for the actors, because the first thing everybody does when they see an actor is they shine the light right in their eyes.
Yeah.
It's like, hi!
Well, at least it's black light, not like bright white light. Oh, God. Because that would be painful. That's why you don't bring flashlights, by the way,
into a haunt. It's not just because you don't want to drop your phone or whatever, and also it's dangerous for the actors. You could literally blind them and cause them to trip or fall or do something else. Yeah. So it's unsafe. If you've ever wondered why that rule was instituted everywhere, that's why.
Yep.
But yeah, I do feel bad for those actors, because even they weren't like blindingly bright, but they were bright.
Yeah.
I think they're not quite as like sympathetic as the paintball target, the zombie paintball, but still pretty sympathetic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, all in all, the Basement of the Dead was great. They do incredible amounts of business. The line, even we were there on just a random Saturday early in season. We were there like the 6th of October.
And fairly early in the night.
Yeah, and fairly in the middle of the night, middle-ish of the night, actually. But still, nowhere near Halloween, nowhere near the busy part of the season. And they had a line. They supposedly had 150 people in the VIP line.
Yeah. That doesn't even touch the hundreds that were wrapped around. So, that VIP price of $45 might be worth it.
Might be worth it.
Because you'd still be able to sit in line and watch some
And there are places you can kind of sit and hang out and take in the show, too, if you want to.
Yeah.
Especially after you leave the final attraction. You have to kind of walk back through it all.
Right.
And that's your chance to kind of maybe find a place and hang out a little bit and bounce your head to the music and have some fun.
Yeah, take some videos of some characters.
And they had a lot of characters. Like I said, the queue line was so great, I feel a little bad that I didn't take more in from the haunt.
Right.
But it's an incredible party atmosphere. And, man, nobody parties like Basement of the Dead. That's what I learned.
Yeah, that's a good note.
Well, on that note, everyone, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Crystal.
And this was Garbage Horror Haunt Review 2018 for Basement of the Dead in Aurora, Illinois. Wayne's World. Wait. No.
Wrong.
Okay.
Wrong thing.
Okay. We'll see you guys next time.